In this car with a petrol engine and air conditioning, the problem clearly lies in the system that measures the outside temperature and transmits it to the air conditioning system, because the outside temperature is always displayed at 0 degrees in the dashboard, while a diagnostic device of the Autel type indicates that the real outside temperature is correct and no error codes are stored, and when the plug of the outside temperature sensor is pulled out. The air conditioning continues to work and dashes appear in the dashboard instead of a value for the outside temperature, which indicates that the control unit does recognize the sensor, but the value that goes internally to the air conditioning system is apparently illogical, causing the air conditioning to be blocked when the sensor is connected. With this car, going into safe mode does not work at 0 degrees. That was the problem. Solved. In a logical diagnosis and repair plan, you start by checking the simple parts and connections and work step by step towards the more complex parts and wiring and control units. With these types of air conditioning problems, the outside temperature sensor and the wiring to the control unit and the dashboard are first checked, and only then a fault in the control unit itself is considered. The first step is to use a good diagnostic computer to read the current value of the outside temperature in the various control units. For example, the instrument panel, the engine control unit, and the control unit for air conditioning and climate control, and to compare these values with each other so that it becomes clear where the value is kept at 0 degrees, because the diagnostic equipment may read the sensor directly and see a good value, while the control unit that controls the air conditioning continues to see the value as 0 due to an error in software or wiring. The resistance, value, and voltage at the outside temperature sensor are then measured with a multimeter at different real outside temperatures, and the wiring between the sensor and the relevant control unit is measured for corrosion interruption or short circuit, and because the sensor has already been replaced without results, the emphasis is mainly on the wiring and connections and plugs and any joint ground points or power supply lines. The fact that the air conditioning starts working when the plug is disconnected from the sensor indicates that in that situation, the system adopts a standard value or emergency value that allows the air conditioning to cool. But that with a connected sensor, the control unit for some reason thinks that the outside temperature is much too low, or that the sensor emits an illogical signal, for example due to a bad connection or an error in the interpretation of the signal. The diagnostic equipment required for this includes a branded diagnostic tester, preferably of a level such as dealer equipment or a high-quality universal tester that has access to all control units for engine instruments, air conditioning and bodywork electronics, a digital multimeter for measuring resistance, voltage, and continuity, and possibly an oscilloscope if you want to view the signals in detail. You will also need standard garage tools, such as Torx screwdrivers and Allen tools, to loosen panels and gain access to the wiring and control unit for air conditioning and instruments. The most likely parts that play a role here are the outside temperature sensor itself, which has already been replaced, and the wiring between the sensor and the control unit, but also the instrument panel or the control unit that processes the outside temperature and sends it to both the dashboard and the air conditioning pump. Because if the control unit sends the value incorrectly, the air conditioning will continue to think that it is extremely cold outside, for example, and cooling will be blocked for safety reasons. In some cases, control unit software may also play a role, and an update at a dealership may be necessary to correct strange interpretations of the outside temperature. This small petrol car with a 3-cylinder engine of approximately 1 liter and the engine code 1KRFE went into production around the beginning of 2014, and this engine family was used together with sister brands until well over 2020, where well-known points of interest are mentioned on the internet, such as sometimes increased oil consumption with poor maintenance, ticking valves with the wrong oil or insufficient maintenance, and occasional problems with ignition components such as ignition coils and spark plugs. But in general, this engine is seen as reasonably reliable when maintenance is carried out as prescribed. There are also reports of electronic problems such as malfunctions in the radio, infotainment, wireless key or parking sensors, and sometimes problems with the air conditioning, involving leaking pipes, condenser or pressure switch and fan motors. It can be found on the internet for this car and motorcycle family that regular maintenance is quite important because the engine is small and is subject to relatively high loads, which means that regular oil changes are very important to prevent wear on chain valves and bearings, and that timely replacement of spark plugs, air filter and fuel filter helps to keep fuel consumption low and the engine to run smoothly. For all engine variants within these small models of this platform, both petrol and rarely used diesel versions, many short journeys with a cold engine cause extra wear and tear, and also damage the exhaust and catalyst more quickly. In terms of maintenance costs, for a small service on these types of compact petrol cars, you can think of an amount around 200 to 300 euros in words, including oil, oil filter, basic check and labor costs. And for a major service with extra filters, spark plugs and extensive checks, between 300 and 500 euros in words. Depending on the workshop parts used, and any additional work such as changing brake fluid or replacing brake pads and brake discs. Labor wages in a universal garage are often between about 60 and 100 euros in words per hour, while a brand dealer is sometimes higher, and parts such as oil filters and spark plugs make up the rest of the costs. Parts such as starter motor, dynamo, and shock absorbers also have a lifespan in this small car that largely depends on driving style and use. But a rough estimate can be said that a starter motor often lasts between 100,000 and 300,000 kilometers in normal use. Preventive replacement of these parts is usually only appropriate if there are clear symptoms such as serious starting problems, squeaking or buzzing of the alternator, poor spring behavior and clunking of the suspension or leaking dampers, and the costs vary roughly from several hundred euros in words for example. A set of shock absorbers with labor to more than 500 euros in words for an alternator or starter motor, including installation, depending on brand quality and workshop. When purchasing a used small petrol car of this type, it is wise to use a checklist that checks, among other things, whether the engine starts properly when cold and warm and idles smoothly, whether there are no warnings in the dashboard, whether the air conditioning cools properly on a hot day, whether there are no strange noises coming from the engine suspension or gearbox, and whether the maintenance history is complete with demonstrable oil changes at the prescribed intervals. During the test drive, it is also good to pay attention to the operation of all electrical functions such as windshield wipers, lighting, windows, central locking, radio and air conditioning, and to ask whether any software updates or recalls have ever been carried out. Well-known problems that have been reported about these models over the years include, in addition to the engine and air conditioning issues mentioned above, sometimes problems with the clutch, such as premature wear during heavy city traffic, grinding or difficult shifting gearbox with too little or incorrect cooking oil, and in some models creaking and noises from the dashboard or door panels. Therefore, during an inspection, it is important to drive on both a quiet road and at highway speed to try all gears under load and listen for any buzzing or whining from the gearbox, and for the clutch to slip during heavy acceleration in a high gear. For future maintenance and to prevent problems, it is important to change the oil on time and always use the correct specification. Have the air conditioning checked annually or every 2 years for pressure and operation, and replace the pollen filter in time so that the evaporator does not remain unnecessarily moist and dirty, which can ultimately lead to odors and sometimes malfunctions of the air conditioning. In addition, it helps to regularly warm up the engine so that oil and exhaust gases can do their work and condensation from the exhaust system can evaporate. Regarding the question of which years and engines are best to buy and which ones should be skipped, it is usually wise to opt for a petrol engine with demonstrably good maintenance and not an extremely high mileage and a year of manufacture in the middle part of production. So not the very first introductory years, when there can still be teething problems, and also not the very last years, when cars have often already had a lot of intensive use behind them. The reliable 3-cylinder petrol engine, such as in this car, is generally a safe choice with normal use and good maintenance, While small diesel variants in this class are often not attractive for short-term use due to higher purchase prices, more complex technology such as particulate filters and stricter environmental requirements, which means that many short journeys can quickly contaminate the engine and particulate filter. If you look beyond this car and similar models from other brands in the same segment, you will see on the internet that most small city cars have similar strengths and weaknesses, namely low running costs and economy when driving quietly, but a certain sensitivity to overdue maintenance and short-term use, which causes the engine and exhaust, and sometimes the clutch to wear out more quickly. In terms of kilometers and maintenance per 10,000 kilometers to 200,000 kilometers, you can roughly assume a small service every other year or around every 15 to 20,000 kilometers with oil change and inspection, and a major service every 3 to 4 years or when the mileage requires it with extra replacement of filters, spark plugs, brake fluid, and depending on the model, timing belt or chain inspection. Costs per maintenance interval depend greatly on the garage and region, but for a small service around 200 to 300 euros in words, and for a major service 300 to 500 euros in words, is a realistic picture for this class. And if you spread that over, for example, 10 years and 200,000 kilometers, you average out to several tens of euros in words per 1,000 kilometers purely in maintenance, without fuel and insurance. Anyone who identifies problems in a timely manner, such as starting problems, strange noises, weakening damping of shock absorbers, poorer air conditioning performance, and who has them checked quickly limits the risk of expensive consequential damage. Regarding the hourly wage situations at garages and dealers, you can say that a universal company often charges around 60 to 100 euros in words per hour, while a brand dealer often charges between 80 and more than 100 euros in words per hour, and that complicated diagnoses such as electronics and air conditioning systems sometimes take several hours, making it worthwhile to go to the workshop well prepared with a clear description of the complaint and any previously read data. In summary, for this specific air conditioning and outside temperature problem, the plan is as follows. First, read all control units with good diagnostic equipment and compare the outside temperature values. Then measure the wiring of the outside temperature sensor and check plugs and ground points. Then investigate any instrument panel or air conditioning control unit as a possible source and repair or replace where necessary, and finally, after repair, take a test drive and test the air conditioning for a long time in different conditions. By also carrying out the general maintenance of engine air conditioning and electronic systems as prescribed and not driving for too long with minor faults, you reduce the risk of major problems in the future, and the car remains reliable and affordable to use.